You're sad in your
I'm sorry you have Dolby Digital surround sound. You can block out the argument completely in stereo. You never have to listen to them arguing at all. Shut up. Miss me with that shit. Like, my parents got divorced. I'm like, you're 17 years old. Shut the fuck up. You're going to see your father at his vacation home every year. Shut up. I don't need to hear that shit. But I do empathize with when children get divorced. Now, your parents aren't divorced, were they? No. When I was a kid, I remember, like, when I was in, like, I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. I remember there was a point where, like, people were like, remember, it's not your fault. Mm-hmm. It's not your fault your parents got divorced. I totally knew whose fault it was the whole time. There's never been an inkling in my mind where I'm like, maybe it was me. You know, no.
Screaming guy with 1 foot.
It was the guy. It was the amputee with a coke problem. It was the guy walking around with one boat shoe on and one Reebok because he couldn't match them. It was that fucking guy. And it was a lady working third shift trying to, like, keep things together, and a guy coming home like, look, so I know that you're mad the TV's ruined, but I wanted to have a gunfight in the house, a water gun fight. No big deal. I didn't understand why it would be a thing. That was the thing. He fucked up our TV because he had a water gun fight in the house with my older brother Mark to try to, like, bond with him.
Yeah.
But then he ruined major electronics.
But I mean, how much water was he using? Because, like, I'm guessing this is the late 80s.
This early 90s, late 80s.
So you had a massive TV, which took a lot to do.
I don't know what the fuck he did.
But that is the era of the Super Soaker.
Yeah.
So there was two things we had in the house that I've never understood how my dad got, but, like, it was mind blowing. One, we had, like, one of those huge, not a big screen TV, but we did have, like, a bigger fucking TV. I don't know where he got it from. And the other thing that I did, remember Photon? Do you know what Photon is?
Yeah.
Photon, for those who don't know, is like, it's the granddaddy of laser tag. It was featured in the movie Big. If you are familiar, there's a point in time where Tom Hanks is in a fucking, like, you know, in the mall, and he's playing gun, like that weird thing with the helmet. But we had that. And I remember thinking, like, we started making, like, real money, that we had, like, weird disposable Photon money. And it just comes down to, like, me just totally ignoring that my dad stole so much shit all the time. Like, the Sega Genesis I got came, like, when we got it, the top of the box was missing, and I never questioned it, even as a kid. I just remember there was just, like, so much masking tape on the top.
It's like served by a butler. Your gaming system.
I was like, oh, thank you so much, Jeevesy. But we had a stolen gaming system. We also, that was how we got the PlayStation that we had too, was like, it didn't come in a box. Yeah. It came, like, loose. And he was like, I got it for you. Like, almost like he caught it out of the skookle. He's like, I found one.
I had a sad Photon story. I had very few friends when I was a boy. And I think I was like 5th grade, right? And somebody, I think it was probably my aunt, because she was the only one in my family that had any money. And, like, I'm thinking money, but the reality is she probably made like 50 grand a year.
Sure.
Which is like
that. I mean,
2 white trash is like,
I don't make 50 grand a year.
Fucking Jeff Bezos.
That's sick.
So I think it was her that gave it to me. So it was a Photon vest and the gun.
Yeah.
And there was one boy. I invited my whole class to come to my party, and this one boy, Michael Hart, and boy, aptly named because Michael had a heart of gold for coming to this party. Uh-huh. But he came, and this little obese boy just running around the house while Michael Hart shot at me. And then my mom must have asked, like, are your other friends coming? At that point, it sent me into, like, a sadness spiral.
You just heard the Photon go, boom, 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 boom. It was actually your heart dying, not you. Not you. It's the laser. It's just like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, man, that is sad. So nobody else showed up except for the Hart kid?
No, it was me and Michael Hart. We were watching, what was the Nightmare on Elm Street TV show? Was it Freddy's Dreams?
Yeah, Freddy's Dreams.
Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares.
Freddy's Nightmares.
Freddy's Nightmares. Sorry, everybody.
Dude, what do you think Freddy's Dreams were?
You know what it is? It's probably...
Just stop. As he's about to slash, you'd be like, Freddy.
He probably, one, isn't burned, and no child is intimidated by his penis. He's always whipping it out, and they're like, oh! He's like, yeah, come on.
It's just like when you're trying to punch someone in your dream, but you can't.
Yeah. I also believe he has a dream where there's like kids in a crane game that he can just pull out. That's what I think Freddy's dreams are like. But I also, do you remember I can't remember what, I think it might have been Freddy's Dead, where they actually go into Freddy's brain. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, Freddy's
It was
Dead
a big,
neat.
it was a big hallway, and there was just like weird lightning everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I wish that's what my brain looked like in an abandoned building.
It might. We're gonna get you studied when you.
I can only hope. Dude, speaking of studying and brains and shit, I watched the fucking most ridiculous documentary last night about a guy named Dr. Lilly who tried to get dolphins to speak English in the 1960s. And it was the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life.
How close did he get?
Not close at all, Mike. It's dolphins trying to speak English. He fucked everything up. He renovated. He bought a house, left his job working for clinical studies on how like animals react to like drug testing. Left his job there and decided that he was going to try and get dolphins to recognize and speak English. And it turns out all this guy's doing was just taking tons of LSD, trying to get his brain on par with like dolphin speaking. He hired a lady to live at the house while he wasn't there. And she just stayed in a house where everything was perpetually wet. And she constantly complained. And there's all this audio of like her being like, "Who's a good boy, Peter?" And Peter's like, "Rah!" She's like, "No, who's a good boy, Peter?" Says the same thing. Like, she's like, "There you go." It's crazy how long this went on for as long as it
Yeah,
did.
John C. Lilly.
Dude, John C.
rules.
Lilly. What a fucking maniac.
Dude, what if he was able to flip the switch, but the only thing they could say was the N-word?
That would be crazy to find out dolphins are just huge bigots.
Yeah, they renamed SeaWorld N-word. Oh, you want me to jump through a hoop?
Oh, no.
You know we should be jumping through these hoops.
You know what? The worst thing was the Emancipation Proclamation. I'm sorry. They could hear the fish at the bottom of the bucket. They get a little iffy. Who you let in this park? That would be just giving side eye to children coming by. It's like, what's wrong with Flipper? He's like, he doesn't really like. I'm sorry. It's nothing to do with you per se. But yeah, the lady also, the big controversy was that she found that because Peter the dolphin was 6 years old, which is technically an adult dolphin, she found that during her...
Who's doing that math? Jared from Subway? I mean, look at the size of that dolphin.
You ever think Jared ever said, like, well, in dolphin years? Come on. Look, in dog years, she's hot. Yeah, look. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that might be a good defense for him to get out, because I think he's due to get out in like within 10 years or so.
No way, really?
I think it's 2034, because I did look this up recently. But like, what if like John Lilly was trying to get dolphins to talk? What if like he was the only one that was aware they could talk? What if we found out that Jared's computation skills computed in dolphin years, and he just could not control it?
Dude, see that we're at a point now where he could make that argument. We're at a point now where you could just be like, "Look, Your Honor."
Especially if they let him to court and he just gave it like this.
He just uses his dick as a blowhole. It's like, sorry. He's thinking in dolphin language. Or if Jared said that at one point in time, you know what? That could have been the perfect backstory. If at any point in time, you'd have to do a lot of like groundwork. But if any point in time Jared said that he was
Pool work.
If he fell at SeaWorld, if he was like, yeah, I went to SeaWorld as a fat person and I fell and I remember my head hitting the dolphin tank, and then the dolphin like started like, oh, the last thing I remember is he's like, my whole thing started fucking up. And ever since then I've been attracted. I was like, you know what? In dolphin years, she's looking good. If he puts that on a t-shirt, that's immediate marketing.
I think he's got a chance. I was surprised. Whatever the year is, I'm pretty sure it's 2034. I was surprised that was the extent of it, man, because he's a Hall of Famer, man.
I mean, he definitely cracking throat homers at somebody. That poor fucking, like, I just wonder, like, all those kids, did any of the kids, like, come forward?
They mostly backed into him.
This is the end podcast.
There was some Standing 69 stuff, but
Oh my God. This is the end podcast with Ryan Shanner. I am joined by the one and only Mike Rainey. Thank you so
Everyone.
much for being on the show.
thanks for having me, Rye.
Oh my God. Have you been watching anything cool lately?
What is the last thing that I watched? Fuck. I've been watching a lot of horse pain relief videos
Horse pain relief.
where guys like horses with bad hooves will get their the source of their hoof pain figured out.
I don't understand.
So right, it started with like I like watching videos of people having broken noses set. I like watching videos of people having pins taken out of broken fingers.
Okay.
And that led me to horse relief.
That is that is also sounds like Jared from Subway. He's like, look, I liked watching birthday parties. I liked watching bounce house videos, and then eventually, so horse relief, that's where they're like cutting off the bottom of the hoof.
Yeah, they shave the hoof down until they find the source of the discomfort.
What is usually the source of the discomfort?
A lot of abscesses.
Ew.
And they'll once they find the abscess, they'll eventually like dump some kind of acid on it and bandage it up, and put a heel on the parallel hoof.
Now, has it ever been somebody's first try where they go too deep
These guys are,
and they're
pretty
just
good.
like, oh no.
Dude, there are a lot of times where you think like, oh man, I don't know if you should be cutting that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of crazy. There has to be a learning curve with anything like that. There's got to be like I watched a lot of early videos where people were doing electroshock therapy, like to figure out how like people would react to it, and like learning that they definitely broke some eggs to make those omelets.
Well, dude,
pretty fucking hard.
They would do that like if you were gay. Like I think they would lump homosexuality in with schizophrenia.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And it's just like, oh, he needs to just have this meat fetish shocked out of him.
Do you imagine being like, I like dicks, and someone's just like,
And you're trying to grab him.
It's like as long as you can make them look like it's just big dildos coming in.
All right, can you suck this?
Oh yeah, that's how they get them.
Yeah.
They just put it through a fucking
He sits
glory
on it.
hole. It's the dilators.
Yeah.
Those dilators are also that's a crazy thing in history.
Is that a
as
wrestling
well.
tag team?
The dilators. Yes, their finisher is called Power Bottom. The dilators, the things that they're like the old. They're like basically butt plugs. And they say that it can relieve headache and tension and other things like that, which I don't understand how that actually.
That advice
works.
sounds like it was given by a very gay doctor.
Yes, but I do know that it had to have worked once. That's where the crazy thing is. It can't just be like I understand snake oil and just that lube was very very. That's what they actually dumped on the dilators. Actually, snake oil and the dilators was a 70s pop band. But just knowing that somebody had like that doctor, there had to have been an issue. He's like, my God, my head is killing me. And he sat down and a spring from the couch just went up his butt. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's Homo Alone.
He definitely rigged his house. Also, yeah, you know that rigging your house booby trap is illegal.
I didn't know
I
that.
thought
I'm glad you told me
I
that.
thought you did. Yeah, dude, you can't rig your house. It's illegal now. Or I didn't think it always was. I don't know why I'm saying now.
When was that? Oh, I was just
I don't
about
know
to
when-
ask. When did that become
I was
illegal?
gonna say it's illegal now. I don't know. It probably was always illegal.
Because that implies that there was a time when we were rigor rich.
Rigger, please, dude. I think it must have been the 19. I'm willing to bet 1950s, where they were just like, no more rigging your house to be a goddamn nightmare.
I think Home Alone might have done it, man. I'm going to lean more toward
Yeah, but
92.
the fucking crazy thing is, like, think about Harry and Marv breaking into that house. Would you have fallen for all of those traps?
Brother, I'm confused by cartoons. Like
I mean,
every one of those kids' traps would have got me.
maybe you would have been in a world of shit, slipping on micro machines.
What do you think would not have gotten you?
Micro machines, definitely. I mean, I would have slipped like that as soon as I saw that. Like as soon as I started, you remember the part where he's like going up the front steps and it's slippery,
Yeah.
I would have just stopped right then and there. I also would have been so frustrated with the person, I just would have burnt down the house with Kevin McAllister inside of it.
Dude, that it's crazy you mentioned that because once I learned about this criminal case, it instantly makes me think of Home Alone. But there was the
I thought you were
Cheshire
thinking
murders.
I honestly thought you thought Home Alone was a real case. I was like, did I miss something? When you're like, when I heard about the criminal case of Home Alone,
But dude, there was a
the Cheshire murders. I know, yeah,
insane,
it's fucking
And,
wild.
Yeah, it just I guess because one guy's skinny and one guy's stout.
Yeah.
but they make me think of Home Alone. Not as whimsical because I mean it's a lot of sexual assault
it's a
and
terrible,
arson,
it's a terrible, terrible crime.
but it's what I think Harry and Marv could have become.
I mean, they should have been that. If at one point in time, Harry just also the fucking spider thing, the freaking out of the spider, like, yeah, it would have been creepy, but just smack it off your
If
face.
somebody would, I don't know, if somebody would have put that massive spider on my face, I would have had,
Massive diarrhea.
I would have grabbed that spider and thrown it in that kid's pants.
Oh my God, that's what you do. As soon as you get hands on Kevin,
Yeah.
they should have. It would have been crazy if at the end, if they've just made Home Alone the whole thing, all the traps, everything like that. But as soon as they get to the other house and get their hands on Kevin, and Marv just breaks his neck. Like, do the whole movie. Don't make it like just like one thing where it's like, oh yeah, roll credits, but like just go the whole thing. And then Marv just breaks his neck.
Dude, that would be the cool silhouette to see from outside.
Oh my God! Just.
Yeah, instead of Michael Jordan pop up on a string.
Oh man, that was another thing too that I wouldn't have fallen for that either. Like I'm not like the smartest guy in the world, but I don't think I would have fallen for seeing Michael Jordan just going around like
Dude, I'm surprised booby trapping this studio.
you
Just
are.
when you least expect it. I want to see how many you fall for.
Oh my God.
Well, this show's intense. So
Yeah,
if it gets you
that's-
good. You can
seriously.
prove
Now I just have to fucking deal with it.
that it's definitely going to be first degree booby trapping.
I hope it's like one of those things where like I constantly have to explain why my face is fucked up all the time. I'm like, what happens? Like, well, my God, Danny.
Yeah, Danny can't explain that. Like, okay, yeah, this just was incidentally a bowling ball on a string that I had that I had above the doorway as decorative. Oh, dude,
just-
one other thing that I've been watching that I wanted to tell you about after the horse stuff was I've been watching animal chiropractors too. Do you ever see those?
What? No.
Most of the time, it ends up with dogs being put in full Nelsons with their dicks showing. And you can tell, you know how like dogs often have very expressive
Mike,
eyes.
you are this close to just admitting, like, and then I watch a guy fuck a dog. You're like, yeah, I watch this animal. It's like, it's fine. I just, so they put the dog in a full Nelson.
It often ends in that because it's normally relative to a specific problem that the owner says that the dog has.
Sure.
However, I think dog chiropractors just like doing that, and I think they like the
Yeah.
power aspect of it because you know how dogs have very expressive eyes.
Sure.
You could see the embarrassment in the dog's eyes where he's being full Nelson and his dick is front and center.
What kind of dogs? What's the biggest dog
Every
you've
dog you could imagine.
Oh my God.
That's one of the guys. He's like a Polish guy or something.
That dog looks like it's about to be retarded. Oh my God.
And he always kisses him when he's done.
Oh, well, that's nice of him. I don't understand.
I don't either.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I was like, this is nothing. Hold on. Oh my God. Dude, this guy's getting wet. Oh, my
That's a good neck you want to break.
Oh. Oh no.
I mean, nuts to have your face that close to a dog like that.
It's also like I'm kind of blown away that there is no dog just biting him in the fucking mouth.
I haven't seen it yet.
There's no way it hasn't happened. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure he's doing wonders for these animals. But it is wild He's just folded like an accordion. Hey, hey, hey!
Danny, are there any thumbnails of the full Nelson?
I have to see.
I'll look for one.
Because
Wait a minute.
that's definitely the most fucked up one.
Also, there's no. This is like the kind of like I'm waiting for this dog to just explode when he does it.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
He does cats too.
Cats, I don't even understand how they tolerate that. Wait a minute. See, this is where, honestly, this is where I would start pranking the guy. I would bring in a dog, and if I could, like I'd have him like snap the dog's like crack the dog's head, but have the whole head come off the dog. And just be like, oh, I got you. It's just like having him like never want to do this ever again. Also, how do you find out you get into dog chiropractic? This just doesn't seem like a thing.
Well, dude, my theory, and this just starts with regular chiropractors, is that they're guys who never got out of wrestling. They're just guys that wanted to wear scrubs and wrestle forever.
I can appreciate that. I also think it's like, where does it, like, how many times again with chiropractic? I guess no one, you don't have a lot of explaining to do if you fail on a dog. You know what I mean?
You just roof him.
You're just like.
He ran away.
It turns out, it's like, he passed gas and then he got real scared and then we never saw him ever again.
You've met our dumb bitch receptionist, Kirsten, right?
What a dumb bitch.
Left the door open.
We'll reimburse you the $25. If you break someone's neck in regular chiropractic, I'm pretty sure they revoke your license. If you do it to a dog, I'm pretty sure they're just like,
Are you talking about the doctor's license or the paralyzed guy's driving license? Because that's got to be the worst part about paralysis, is having to roll into the DMV.
You can't roll
unlicensed.
out. Yeah, it's like you don't roll out.
You got to get somebody to push you. Look, man, I don't care if you drive it off the lot. I just don't want to see it.
Man, I've always thought about how people. You ever see somebody like drive with their teeth?
No.
It's pretty fucking nuts.
Why would they do that?
Because they're quadriplegic.
Oh.
So they have like a thing where they can like. Oh wait.
He's got the cat.
Oh, he's got the cat. Dude, I want that on a T-shirt.
That's a cat's worst nightmare.
Dude, it's like seeing Rocky Emerson getting pretzel. Like, hell yeah, dude. Man, chiropractic for dogs, funny moments. Jesus Christ, yeah, it's so cute. Wait, is that guy doing chiropractic on a horse?
Yeah, that's another big one, man.
Yeah, you don't say. That's another thing. It's like how. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, she couldn't graze.
Oh no! Hold on. Let me just get you. And then I'm gonna take you, shaking out all the tension.
He's also the shotgun guy if they break a leg.
I just gotta. And in one fail snap, I made this horse less retarded.
It's a tough life for a horse, man, when you're just trying to fucking walk around and you got a fucking a peaky blinder.
Yeah, I was gonna
wants to put you in
say.
a camel clutch.
Wait, where is the snap here?
I think
that it?
we're just stretching this.
Oh, okay. 24 hours later, flop. 24 hours later, the horse died. Imagine that's how they had to do it before shotguns. They had to have a guy come out and be like, you didn't win the Kentucky Derby.
Turn his Jeff Cap around.
He's like, I gotta put down this pony again. So horse car. Now, how did you get? So this is. I'm just trying to figure out the. Wait, biggest, loudest neck release. Oh man. Girl. Oh my God. Learn how to stretch your horses. And it's just a picture of that black dude sitting on the edge of the bed.
Did you know
man.
he's passed away?
No.
I'm so sorry to do this to you on the podcast, but
God damn it, Mike. Every time I interact with you, I find out another up-and-comer is dead.
I feel like the angel of porn death
Dude,
every time I come across you. And I did want to bring up Emily Willis. She OD'd. I don't know if she's out of ICU yet.
Oh, no, dude.
But I want to send my condolences, and I
hope she pulls through. We're pulling for you here.
I hope she bounces back, and I hope she bounces up and down.
I hope she gags in a different way. You know what I mean? But the what was that guy's name?
Barry Wood.
Barry Wood.
Chris Wood's brother. Just picture Wood sitting naked on the top of the bed at the group home where they were raised.
I think there's nothing more horrifying than walking into a room and seeing Chris Wood just
ready.
Hey. Hello, dude.
I bet that's how he sleeps.
What, sitting upright like that?
Sitting up on the edge of the bed.
That would be fucking... I believe he sleeps upside down. That's what I believe, is that he just sleeps upside down like a fucking bat. That's what I want. But that guy's dead?
Yeah.
How old was he?
I would just be guessing if I gave you a number, but I'm going to say pushing 50.
50 inches? There's no way that guy was 50. I mean, if that guy was 50 years old, I mean,
well, we were talking about dolphin years, but like black years.
Yeah, you know,
it's an age.
I do think it is crazy that they say black don't crack. I think that's not true.
Heart-wise, they do.
I'm just saying. I was on the Market Frankfurt today. I saw a bunch of cracked black. I saw a whole lot of cracked black and raisined Asians. It was. I've heard that term, like Asian don't raisin. You have not been in the right places. I've seen all of it.
Would you consider stickering them every time you come across a cracked black or a raisined Asian?
What, like fragile?
No, yes. Yeah, do not turn upside down.
Do not shake. Stickering them what?
Just labeling them.
As cracked
yes,
black?
as damaged goods. Return to sender.
I wonder how long you could do that before you were stabbed. I think about that too. It's like, you know, I see a lot of people on the subway that like you'd want to be like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. But you know, if you interact with them, there's like, you're about to be stabbed.
I think Asians would be less mindful because they're used to having stickers placed on them by teachers. Remember how you used to do good in school and you would get a sticker?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it would be a positive reinforcement memory for them. I think black dudes equate stickers with being gay.
Like, I wish you were like, you worked for a police department.
I was close.
Trying to be just like, you know, Justin was like, look, I know the psychology of this. It's like Asian people equate stickers with praise. Black people equate it with gayness. We can't be giving out stickers to the black people. I don't think I've ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did outgrow stickers. I don't hate stickers, but like I don't ever think about them the way I used to.
What would you, if somebody randomly came up to you and presented you with your sticker and you said, "What the fuck is this for?"
Yeah.
And that person said, "I saw one of your paintings and I think it's marvelous."
And they gave me a sticker. Does the sticker say anything?
It says, "World's biggest faggot." It's personalized. It has your face on it. And they had to buy 1,000 of them.
Sorry. They just tried, like, I don't know what to do with these. Look, I spent $26 at Sticker Mule, and now I have to get rid of these.
We got to make these stickers and sell them as merch.
What are you sitting on? Like, WBF. Got the WBF Ryan Shanner stickers. What's that? It's like world's biggest faggot. Look. We have thousands of them, and I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, I would. If someone gave me a world's biggest faggot sticker with my face on it, I'd have to stick it somewhere. I'd have to put it on something I love, so I could never get rid of it. That's the other thing too.
Like your cat's urn.
Yeah. I actually do have a memorial thing for my cat.
I don't doubt it. You are so loving toward your pets.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that I hope people know about you.
I was very loving. Sex Machine was great. I did, however, I liked him a lot. I like when people are like, "Oh, did you love him?" Like I looked at Sex Machine as a good live-in roommate. He never really fucked anything up. And there were times where like I had to deal with him that I didn't want to have to deal with shit. But like the only time I ever really felt bad is when I shot him in the face with a dart gun. That was the only time I felt bad.
Could you sense betrayal?
The whole thing was I could tell like when it hit. So he used to rip up the fucking carpet on my stairs. And I tried every method to get him to stop doing it. Nothing worked. So I bought a Nerf gun. And then I would always fire it above his head and like it would scare him. But the one day I was just like not paying attention and I just like shot it. Dead center in the face. And he didn't run away. He just sat there. Like the dogs who got caught, they're just like. And then he like sulkily walked upstairs. I had to go apologize him. The only other time I heard him was he actually saved my life. He actually saved my life. And it was because I had now look, in my defense, I was drunk.
Okay.
But I did boil water and put pasta in it. And then fell asleep on the couch because I was like, I'm just going to take a little nap while this cooks. And then I woke up to Sex Machine biting my face.
Wow.
And I didn't know what he was doing. And I like threw him off of me. And like he did a fucking like head over tail spin. And I realized the whole house was filled with smoke and the smoke detector didn't go off. So yeah, he definitely.
And you shot him in the face.
And then I shot him in the fucking face.
This is kind of a bummer too, because this is a Cats in the Cradle. It's you're carrying on a generational behavior. Your dad shot the TV out.
He did.
And you shot the cat out.
I shot the cat. It's like there's nothing worse. And then I'm going to have to lose my foot too.
Now, did you thank him in any way after you realized?
I chased him down and I apologized. And then I had to open all the doors and like let all the smoke out. But like, yeah, it was definitely like hey, dude, you're going to die if you keep breathing in this fucking like burnt metal. It was fucking wild.
He was getting you out of there, man.
He was
using the pause of life on you. But dude, how funny would it have been if if you could not have been awakened by the cat and the cat died trying to wake you up and the firefighters found a charred cat.
Oh my god, that would be so fucking great. And then they don't know what to tell my mom. Like he might have been morphing into a cat. Turns out your son was a werecat.
Would he have happened to have an appointment with a dermatologist for a cat growing out of his face?
We have a whole your son was so brave. That's it's like he fell asleep and God decided to call him home. This terrible half man, half house cat, fucking faced retard fell asleep boiling pasta. That's what everyone would think too. Is that I was so retarded. Yeah. That growing this cat out of my face was like, yeah, of course he fell asleep boiling pasta. What a fucking dipshit.
How many do you think there's a patron saint of guys that have fallen asleep drunk while cooking stuff?
Yeah.
And died?
Definitely. Who would it be? Probably be like Saint Chris Farley. Just a fat retard. It's like, you did it. I'm trying to think of another person who's like died. Wait, who died of overeating?
Comedian-wise?
Yeah, there had to have been somebody. Dom DeLuise?
I think the beret killed him. It fell over his eyes while he was driving, and he killed a family headed to Six Flags.
Would you say that family was later left in a state of disarray?
I would, yes.
We got messages. That's stupid.
Yo, Shaner. Listening to you and Sam Buck talk about ghosts and shit. What if Tom came back as a ghost and then, like, had to move in with you right? You had to like live with Tom, shit. But he's like a ghost, but like he still does the Tom shit. How long do you think you would survive before you probably A, kill yourself and go and kick your father's ass, B, move and like try and go find a new place to live, or C, would you just stay there and put up with Tom's bullshit?
Is that it? I would just stay there. I would just stay there the whole time. I would warn everyone. I would also try to get my own show just to have the most annoying ghosts on the planet. It's just like, yo, man, I'm sorry. I hate all the Cheerios, right? It's like, who's that? It's like every EVP is like, yo, what the fuck?
That's why he's slamming cabinets, because you don't have any more Cheerios.
He's like, there's nothing left. He's like, ah. And he's also accusing me, like, from beyond the grave about things I took when he was alive. That's what it would be. It's like, yeah, it's like, I know you came in and you took that chainsaw. Turns out I never had a chainsaw.
Do you think you'll ever be visited by Sex Machine?
There was actually, it's crazy you mentioned that. There was actually a good month and a half after he died that I heard him in the kitchen.
What?
Yeah.
What
There
was
would
he
be
doing?
time.
Cheerios?
He was actually just pissing on the floor like a big piece of shit. No, I would hear like scurrying in the kitchen. I was like, I swear to God, like I just would hear him. And apparently that is your brain. I looked it up because like I wasn't the only person. Apparently, if you have a dog or cat for a very long time, your brain will hear anything like the house makes, and you start equating it and just building. It's so crazy that your head does that.
It was probably the mice now that the cat was.
Oh man, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that was
they're
the other thing too.
Taking care of business.
They definitely were protesting my cat after I took him away, like Ted Bundy. They were like, fry him. They were like, fry that piece of shit.
Fucking Remy from Ratatouille wakes you up. He's like, right, just want to let you know there's no fire, but would you mind going out and get us a case of Bud Heavies?
It's like we're celebrating tonight. It's like the fucking underground scene from like Matrix Revolutions. Just like all of them fucking just. They're just like, we are free now.
I wonder if there are any studies which show that which mice, which are just fucking live in terror because of a house cat.
Yeah.
If they become aware that the cat is no longer around. And
I mean,
how they react.
they definitely did. They definitely did. I mean, I had more like I never had like a rodent problem in my house ever. But it wasn't until he was dead where I was like, yo, why are there bugs here? And it's like, oh, that cat ate everything. Everything in the fucking house. And it's like the one mouse that was there, it got real ballsy. And I only had one. And I know that sounds fucking retarded. But there was one mouse that was all black and had tan ears. And it like honestly was pretty fucking like adorable. It was like, oh, there he is. There he is again. And I would constantly put peanut butter
On your penis.
I'm just laying under a sheet. My roommate comes over and like, it's a mouse trap.
Yeah.
But the peanut butter on the mouse trap didn't work. Didn't work. And then I had to unfortunately use glue traps, which I do hate using. Because like I actually write with a marker on the glue trap like sorry. Even though I hope it can read it, but also fuck you. I write fuck you on it. So yeah, it is a pain. You ever have to dispose of a glue trap where the mouse is still alive?
No, there was a time where I remember we had a mouse when I was a kid, and my mother and I are of similar intellect. So rather than try to dispose of this mouse in a normal way, she was trying to have us lure him out with cheese, and we had a briefcase ready. If he were to come out, we were to slam the briefcase on top of him.
Wait, how long did this go on for?
A night before we realized we were never going to get him. We were outsmarted by a mouse.
Well, yes, because that is the most retarded method to get a mouse. Just hold. They'll come. Just stay perfectly quiet. That is... So wait, who came up with this idea? Your mom?
She did, yeah.
She was going to sit there with a piece of cheese?
She had us place the cheese out. The mouse was under the radiator.
So you just put a piece of cheese on the floor, and then you stood there.
Yeah, we had that thing ready. Spirit of full disclosure, my mother was also a lady who pissed into a cup that she kept by the sink. So there were a lot of crossed wires.
Wait a minute. Peed in a cup that she kept by the sink in the kitchen,
Yes.
but didn't go to the bathroom.
The only time I remember her going to the bathroom when I was little was in the morning when she would get out of bed.
Okay.
Because that's when I would go up because I would be afraid to go downstairs until she was down there. I would hear her go into the bathroom.
And pissing in the cup.
And she would let out a profoundly bass-heavy fart.
Sure.
And then the stream would start. But other than that,
Awkward.
I would see her, and my sister and I would also use the pee cup too.
So this is a family pee cup.
It was an Eagles, I think it was ExxonMobil, were giving out these plastic Eagles cups.
So it was a big boy.
It was pretty big, yeah. And
big enough to accommodate 3 people's worth of pee.
Dude, we had 2 working toilets in the house. I don't get it either. Well, she was morbidly obese, so I think that had more to do with it.
That is, okay, so now things are kind of adding up. But your sister and you using it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Now, did you feel like a bond with your mom?
I think I did. And we definitely took baths together longer than we probably should have too.
Yeah.
So that was another weird
How long was that?
I don't know. Maybe 10-ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you wait, so
10 anyone?
you I'm pretty sure that's another thing Jared from Subway when he comes out, it's like 10-ish, anyone? So wait, your mom was morbidly obese and you still took baths with her? How does that work?
So it was 3 people in the tub. All right. So it was my mom, my sister, and me. And my sister and I are about the same age.
Gotcha.
So we're just like, okay, yeah. Rather than, I don't understand why it wasn't just like, all right, you need a bath tonight, and then when she's done, you go.
She was just banging it all out in one.
I mean,
that is wild.
it's unnecessary, but I wish I could give you a better answer.
Yes, Michael,
Yeah.
it is. I'm glad you addressed that right away.
There was not much room for anybody, but yeah, those are 2 things that I haven't been able to reconcile are the bathtub shit and the pissing in the cup shit.
Were you like? When did you realize that most people aren't pissing in cups? Like,
dude, I don't know that I had that realization to older because everything about my childhood was just conditioned for comfort. It was like eat as much.
we
as
had similar shit happening in my house, and it wasn't until like maybe high school going over to the parents' houses, like like seeing normal families operate, where I'm like,
Sure.
oh, shit,
Sure.
my family's fucked.
Dan, that was probably it because I spent a lot.
Did you during a sleepover? You'd be like, "Yo, where's your pee cup at?"
Just gonna piss in your sink. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Dude, we were big sink pissers.
Sink pissers.
Any male in my family, instead of going upstairs, would go downstairs to the utility sink and piss in that.
Man,
Don't know why. Both times you had to go up and downstairs.
it is crazy. I will honestly, if I get home and I have to pee, I don't go. I will walk through my house to my backyard and pee outside.
That's
I will not.
acceptable. I think
I will
that's
not
fine.
go upstairs. I don't know why.
If I had a grass backyard in the
I don't have a
suburbs,
grass backyard.
That would be my ideal place.
I don't have a grass backyard at all.
Dude, if I had a
I'll
grass
stank it up.
if I had a grass backyard, I would take baths with my mother back there.
In a big old horse. horse trough.
Yeah, the horse chiropractor would be back there working on the horses. Be like, all right, just he's turning his
I
neck
was saying,
away
he's
from
like,
us.
come over to you and snap your neck like a dog. Just- So you took baths with your mom and your sister up until you were 10, and you guys had a pee cup. And what age did you realize that neither of those things were good?
I don't remember having a realization, but I'm willing to bet, especially with the pee cup thing, that my dad probably realized what was happening.
Oh.
Just like, what the fuck is going on?
So
Because
he
it
did-
just stopped. It
'cause
just stopped all of a sudden.
Okay, so it abruptly. So you went cold turkey on the pee cup.
I did, man, and I haven't touched it
Yeah, I was gonna
since.
say that seems like I'd be fiending for a pee cup.
There, but for the grace of God, I've used the toilet ever since.
He give you the patch. It's like to go pee in the toilet. Like, I gotta do it. I mean, I will say peeing in things does run away with itself. Like, I had a bunch of pee bottles in my room that, like, instead of getting out of bed and going because where I grew up, there was only one bathroom. It was downstairs. So I would just piss in Gatorade bottles and then I put them underneath my bed and just forget about them. And it wasn't until I moved out where I found a fucking dude. It looked like the fucking like walking stick from fucking Jurassic Park. There was so much amber underneath that fucking bed. It was so gross. And pee starts like photo degrading, which I didn't know anything about. So it just starts getting weird and like chunky. Like all the ammonia, but it's like honestly one of the most disgusting things you could ever find. If you ever come across someone's pee graveyard, you will lose your fucking mind. It is something to behold.
If your cat hadn't saved your life that night, would the people who came to go through your possessions have found a pee graveyard under your bed?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my God, yeah. There would have been at least one or two, and things I also forgot about. Just like, just wadded up tissues from busting a nut and been like, I'll get to it later. And just like never going back to it. That is the weird. And also, will definitely find that dismantled fleshlight in my house that I just still don't use.
Why is it dismantled?
Because the last time I used it, you got to take it apart to clean it. It's like fucking like a gun. You got to fucking like,
try to see how fast you can do it. Done, sir.
I blindfold myself and hang upside down. Lock and load. It is disgusting when you come in it. I don't think they tell you that at all. They don't ever advertise how gross it is when you bust a nut in a fleshlight and then you have to clean it out.
I never had a fleshlight, but do you remember those like they were taco sized like pocket pussies?
No.
They were just like fleshy mounds that you could buy at porno shops, and I bought one when I was younger, and the same realization.
Fleshy.
My favorite candy, by the way. The first time I washed it out, they actually gave you like a powder to dump in there too to kill any bacteria.
That is also wild.
It was, and
you were putting lime. You're delousing your pocket.
Biting the top off of it, dumping the powder in. But the first time I washed it out, it might have been the only time I used this because I think I was weirded out by the powder going in. But it was so laborious getting the cum out. And then what do you do with it? You got to like sit it out on a fucking towel or something?
That is... That's just too much work to come. It's too much work. That was the thing too. I was like, yo, this is awesome. And then like I had this thing where I was about to come, like, what do I do with this?
You got to pull out.
Like, I don't
like you're going to get
the other thing I did too is I didn't know that I blew the back out of my pocket, out of the fleshlight. Because I had like, you can, do you have one? Do you know? Okay. So on the back, there's like a cap that I guess is like your oil release valve. But like, I like had it turned all the way tight, and then my like every time I pull my dick out, like it would just pull the pocket pussy with it, and I was like, so I had to release some pressure. So then I did, and I was fucking it, and then I slammed it. Like I don't know why I was going ham. Like I was trying to impress some inanimate object. I was hoping like it would come to life.
Dude, you're like a cum mechanic.
Dude, I was like, I got to put the work. I was hoping I would
wiping your hands off, parts and labor. I mean,
yeah, I was wiping it down with Blojo. Deep cut. But I was hoping Dylan Harper would actually feel it. That's who that was the pussy I was fucking. And I slammed it on there and the cap flew off and hit the fucking mirror in the bathroom and flew behind me. And then like you have to put that back on, and I'm doing it while the thing is still on my dick, and I'm like trying to get it. It was just like I'd rather just jerk off. It gets to a point where you just like, I'd rather just trust my own hand.
I felt the same way when Tim and I got auto blows. They felt great.
Yeah.
It was essentially like an Xbox-sized device which sucked you off. And it felt great. It did create tension between my wife and I.
Sure.
So like that was another added element which leaned toward me.
What was the tension?
It was an odd feeling. It's kind of like when you're in a Chuck E. Cheese and you know there's about to be a parent fight.
Sure.
It felt like that all the time. Or like a haunted doll coming into the house. It just, I could have sworn those eyes just moved. But my wife was not fond of it. So I would just keep it tucked away, and when she would go to work, I would take it out, I would use it. And it was an elaborate machine.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It felt great, but the same thing. It was like, having to clean it and then having to fucking trying to plan the time to allow it to dry before she came home. Because,
because you couldn't just put it back.
Right, and even though she knows that I have it, like I don't want to say like, yeah, this is what I'm doing while you're working hard.
Just air drying on the porch.
Yeah. I podcast for a living and I fuck things around the house while you actually work.
Understand this is a process.
But I do. I'm the same way. It's you come full circle,
and it's the size of an Xbox.
yeah.
Is there any hips to it?
No, it's just it's
You just
rectangular.
stand straight, and you just let the thing do all the work
I would put it on the bed and pork it.
on your knees.
No, I would be like leaning into it, standing up, which is probably why I have even worse back problems now.
Dude, I don't know what I'd be more embarrassed about if I ever I don't know. Like, if I saw one of my boys jerking off, I'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, yeah, it's just, if I saw you just standing still while fucking around, I'd be like, that is sadder than anything I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, enjoy unlimited blowjobs. Unlimited. Technically, you can get unlimited blowjobs from a lady.
And it's all those buttons on the side. They dictate the speed, and then also the there's a specific effect. Like there are like nodules inside of there, and one activates, and then another activates, and you could regulate all that through those buttons.
I just don't understand. Millions love the auto blow and the happiness it creates. You will too. Who manufactures the auto blow? Is it just auto blow?
Sony.
I don't know. Years. Whoa. Porn sync?
Bop. Oh, no, that's Hanson.
Porn sync is crazy. I don't know.
I would like that. They didn't have that when I was doing it.
Were you hand behind the head?
No.
Were you hand behind the head letting it suck you like that?
No, I just hood over my face.
Wait, what is VacuGlide?
Oh,
that is $900? Noise low. Wait. There's noise setting.
See, I wonder why the
What the
VacuGlide,
hell?
which is $900, doesn't have video sync or Wi-Fi.
Yeah, what does the VacuGlide offer? But it is 5 stars.
I can't imagine.
Save your... Dude, it's like the fucking infomercials where everything goes black and white. It's like, they break, they hurt. Like a guy just...
He gets sucked into it.
Dude, he opens his cabinet and all the fucking porn falls out. He's like, oh, God. Lubes are messy. Oh, my God.
That's too much.
That is crazy, man. What is that like a fuck? What is that? Oh, it's a prostate toy. Okay, I thought it was like a fucking... I honestly thought it was like a fucking... honestly, dude, for a second I was like, is that a fucking like helicopter control? Epic orgasms away.
But that would be kind of cool if you had like a stick shift auto blow.
Without a doubt. Forged from extruded aluminum. Buy it for life. Could you imagine bequeathing that to somebody? What?
Order in the court.
Dude, the videos kill me. Lube it up and insert. Even flaccid.
All right, no erection, no problem. That does seem like a problem.
It's also the same thing they offer when you go to buy a car in Northeast Philadelphia. Adjustable stroking length. This is insane. Tested to perfection.
Too much, man. I mean,
I just don't... wait, look at this guy. Imagine getting a fucking like digital art degree. You get hired by VacuGlide, by Autoglow to just draw the whole fucking cartoon. Is it a cartoon? It better be a cartoon.
It's
has to be.
amazing. VacuGlide
I also
by
appreciate
Autoglow
the jizz just popping up on the screen.
Power of suction to give you magical, memorable orgasms that will blow your socks off. VacuGlide is the only all-in-one penis pump and stroker that can
Stroker.
That's what it
take you
is.
feeling fantastic. VacuGlide comes with 3 sizes of stroking cylinders to guarantee a perfect fit for every penis. With just 4 big buttons and the ability to adjust the piston stroking length,
This is really designed for
the perfect
retards.
speed, suction level, and stroking distance is simple. Built from extruded aluminum.
Wait,
and
stroking distance? What the fuck does that
laboratory
mean?
tested to withstand the needs of the most demanding men. VacuGlide is the expert level machine for those who crave a suction-assisted orgasm. Erection
Wait,
or no erection.
Danny, pause it.
Circumcised.
Crave suction assist. Could you imagine that's the thing you crave?
I need to feel
It's
pistons.
like, look, I need to feel suction-assisted orgasm.
I need to feel machines. Man, pussy's in trouble.
Dude, it seriously, I think that's this. Every woman should be watching this and be like, "Yeah, step your game up, step your game up." So uncircumcised, I appreciate the fucking corn. What does uncircumcised look like? Hit play.
Circumcised.
Oh,
Old or young. VacuGlide by AutoBlow will get the job done.
That's a great cartoon.
it's good to know you can go Super Saiyan while getting your fucking dick sucked by a fucking machine. Holy crap!
Have you ever come close to buying a real doll?
I've thought about it, and not because I want to fuck it. I've thought about it because I do want to just leave it somewhere in my house. Like I just want to put it like
Company.
I just think it'd be funny to. I also think about dying with it and just having people like wonder what is going on. Like I would always take a shower with it,
Oh.
but I would put like a helmet on her, and then I die in the shower and people are like, what? Like I just want to leave people with questions the whole time.
Would you want her buried with you?
No, I'd want to donate her body to science. I'd be like, no, cremate me, or I'd have her cremated. After I had her cremated.
Well, right. You're a close friend, so just know that if the both of you happen to pass at the same time, I will bring 4 coins to place over all of your eyes.
Thank you so much, dude. Also, bring a fucking just personal pan pizza, put over her pussy so I can eat it in the afterlife. We still have one more fucking phone call. We still have one more message. Jesus Christ.
Boy Tom from Sure. It's your boy Tom from Iowa. I hit you with a heavy one last time I called in. Yeah, the Israel-Palestine shit popping up. I guess it's still popping up, but yeah. How do you feel about cheesy popcorn? I just crushed a bag, and I don't know, it was great. It was really great. I loved it. I loved every bite. So give me your thoughts on cheesy popcorn. And guest, hello.
Cheesy popcorn. Right, that was actually the AutoBlow animator who called that in.
I think that just was an auto blow. I think that's just it's like cheesy popcorn. Give me your thoughts.
Right,
Thinking of
as it turns out,
hard-hitting
I have-
questions.
I have become sentient.
Cheesy popcorn.
Love the podcast.
Goggle, goggle.
I actually run on cheesy popcorn.
Man, what are your thoughts on cheesy popcorn?
I love it, but I feel like a pig because my hand stinks when I'm done.
Oh man,
I do enjoy it, but like
that's how I feel like when I take a shit.
I know, dude. Like anything enjoyable, your hand will stink when it's done.
That is wow.
And no matter how many times you wash it, you can still smell it. It's like that cat.
No. I think that's the sticker I need. Anything enjoyable, your hand will stink when it's done. Holy shit. I need to make 100 stickers that say that. But there's been nothing so true. Anything enjoyable. You know what they say. Yeah, I mean, cheesy popcorn is. It is. Do you remember the colored popcorn that wasn't allowed to be with regular popcorn?
Yeah, I do. And it's they had the fire hoses.
They do.
And the dogs.
Very racially charged popcorn. My mom said we weren't allowed to have it in the house. No,
They had to use different buttering stations.
I did love those tins with the caramel, the cheese,
Dude.
and the
Yeah.
regular.
Those are the fucking shit, man. They don't do we even sell those as a country anymore? They gotta be.
We do. They're often given as Christmas gifts. I still feel terrible about this, but remember the Eagles lost against the Rams in the NFC Championship game, maybe 2003
Gotcha.
or 2001. My wife had got one for Christmas, and it was right by our balcony door.
Oh man.
And when it was apparent they were going to lose,
Did you kick it?
well, I opened the door, and my wife knew exactly what was going to happen. She's like, "Don't do it." And I lined it up, and I fucking kicked that bad boy through. And
Damn.
the worst part was we were right above the main office, so all the workers, all the maintenance guys would congregate at the main office out front and smoke.
No.
So when they came in the day after Super Bowl Sunday, it was just colored popcorn everywhere.
Colored popcorn.
There's a green book where you can only eat in certain parts of the South.
Yana. There's colored popcorn everywhere.
Orville Redenbacher does sound like a kind of guy that
He
would,
does sound- he's
tell
like-
you where
he's
the
like, Orville, what do
colored
you-
popcorn could eat.
I'll tell you right now, I only make white popcorn. But for pure Christian whites. This colored popcorn is going to be, I tell you right now, the kids are picking up on it. They don't need it. It's louder.
Made strictly for the sea salts. Man, I do love any kind of flavored popcorn. Caramel's good.
I'm a big fan of caramel. Caramel, actually, kettle corn is
Yeah.
the best way to go more than anything. And I often think about like putting it in other things, you know, like if
Your fleshlight. Instead of the solution they give you.
I was just gonna say putting that would be another thing. Leaving in my house after I die is a fleshlight full of kettle corn.
You have a girl over for a movie.
But you got to have some unpopped kernels too.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
leading up to it, and then inside all the pop kernels.
They're like, what is this? Well, actually, that's the only way I eat popcorn is I push it out.
Well, dude, what if, much like you relieve the pressure valve, Rob, what if,
Yeah.
like that's how you got it into your mouth?
Oh, that's fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing eating?
I'm having a snack. What do you think I'm doing?
I think I should repurpose my fleshlight into something else. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
I just don't know what.
I think it would be a good canister for remains.
Oh man.
I bet that lamp would sell.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, dude, that would be. I'm trying to think of like what I would do though. Like, what could I give like a big, perfect vagina? That would be funny.
I don't know. It kind of seems sacrilegious to like modify a pussy because pussy is
No, I wouldn't modify.
expertly crafted.
I wouldn't modify the pussy. The
Okay.
pussy's perfect. I'm just thinking of what I could put that pussy
The exoskeleton.
in or on. No, just I would take the sock out and I would attach it to something else. I just don't know what. I just don't know what.
Maybe a broom to make cleaning less tedious. You could start one of those nudie cleaning business. You know how you could have like fat girls with methadone
That
problems?
is not what I thought in my head. I just pictured the cartoon of the guy getting sucked off, but just holding it with his. I'm finally cleaning up, babe.
Yeah, I pictured it at the end of a Swiffer.
Oh, that would be.
You squirt a little bit.
It's like a wet jet, but you got to put your finger on it the whole time.
Yeah, your fucking cum comes out in a mist.
Yeah, the problem is though you're trying to clean up, but it's 90% pee. This has been the Ed Podcast. Thank you so much for joining, Michael. Thank you so much for being on the goddamn
Right,
show.
you're one of my favorite people, and I love doing anything.
Likewise,
with you.
baby.
Whether it's podcasting or porn conventions,
It's so fun.
I always have the time of my life.
I appreciate you. Make sure you call that hotline, 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, or concern, or questions about fucking colored popcorn you have later.
Stay out of our movie theaters.